Hi, welcome back to Story Time with Nana. I have a special story for you. Um, as you can see, I don't have anything sitting out because I didn't have anything that matched this story, but I met a really nice little girl and she helped me out. Her name is Dakota and she colored these pictures, and maybe that'll give you an idea of what our story is about tonight. Let's begin. Let's be turtles. One summer afternoon, after a light morning rain, the farmer children ventured outside to play. It hadn't rained much, but enough that the ground was a bit squishy, and their mother made sure that they had on their galoshes so their feet wouldn't get muddy. Be careful, she told them as they headed out the door. The children walked down the driveway towards the barn. There were little puddles along the way, and everyone took turns jumping in them to see who could make the biggest splash. It turned out that Allison was the biggest splash maker. Wow, look how full the pond is, Lena said, pointing towards the pond near the barn. The children walked over to see how full it was, and it was pretty full. There were a couple of ducks even floating in the pond. "Hello, ducks," the children called out, and the ducks replied with a couple of quacks and waved their wings. "Hey, look over here," called out James. "It's a river." The children ran to where James was pointing towards the woods. "That's not a river, James. That's a creek. Mommy says it feeds the pond," said Allison. "Feeds the pond?" Ha 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 ha, laughed Nora. "Yep, that's how the pond fills up. When it rains, the rainwater runs from the creek into the pond." "Let's go check it out," Allison said. The children followed the path to the creek just inside the tree line. The creek was not running very fast, more like a trickle. It was about 5 feet wide and about a foot deep. "Hey, I have an idea," said Danny. "Let's be turtles. We can pretend that we live near a river, and we'll pretend this is a river, and we take care of this area right here. We'll call it our village." "That sounds like lots of fun. I think we should all be really big turtles," said Nora. "I can be the oldest turtle," said James. "I'm 100 years old and I have a giant shell with brown and green diamond shapes on my back. And even though I'm really old, I am the fastest swimmer of all the turtles." "Well, then I'm going to be the oldest turtle's baby sister. I'm only 50 years old," said Lena. "I look just like my brother, only I'm much smaller, and I have specks of silver in my brown and green diamond shapes. I can stand on my back legs and walk like a human." "I'm going to be Lena's twin sister turtle," said Allison, "except my brown and green diamonds on my shell have flecks of gold in them, and I can turn around while I'm inside my shell, so you never know which way I'll be walking." "I'm going to be the smallest turtle of all," said Danny. "My shell is all green, and even though we're really big turtles, I'm still the smallest of all the big turtles. But I have the strongest jaws, and I can break sticks in half. Everyone is amazed at how strong my mouth is." "I'm going to be the fastest walking turtle," Nora exclaimed. "Even though I'm really big, I can run like the wind. My shell is all green, like Danny's, but I have purple squiggly lines in it, and it looks like they are dancing when I run." The turtles began playing near the river, living turtle lives, splashing in the water and eating clover. "Help! Help!" The turtles stopped splashing around and listened, and they heard it again. "Help! Can somebody help?" The voice was coming from around the bend in the river. Nora headed along the river first because, well, she's the fastest walker, and her little purple squiggly lines really did dance when she walked. She was followed by Allison, Lena, and Danny. James swam up the river because he's the fastest swimmer. He beat all of the turtles to where they heard the cry for help. There in the river was a wild rabbit, and she was having a hard time staying afloat. On the bank was another rabbit trying to help her, but the water was moving way too fast. "Hello, old turtle. Can you help my friend Ruby?" asked the rabbit. "My name is Ava, and Ruby is my best friend." Now, by this time, all the other turtles had arrived to see poor Ruby in the water. "Yes, we can help," said James, the old turtle. "My family is here, and I'm sure we can help you." James got close to Ruby and blocked the water so she could at least catch her breath. "Danny, I need your help," said Lena. "I'm going to stand up against this tree like a human, and then I need you to climb on my back and bite off one of those branches. We can use it to reach the rabbit." Lena stretched herself out up against the tree, and Danny climbed up on her back, and he was able to reach a branch, and he promptly bit it off with a loud crunch. "Let me see that stick," said Allison. "I have an idea that just might work." With that, Allison took the stick to the riverbed and pulled herself all the way into her shell, and a few seconds later she was facing the other way towards Ruby, and she stuck the stick out towards her, and Ruby gratefully grabbed the stick, and Allison pulled her to shore. Once ashore, Ruby and Ava embraced. They were so happy that Ruby was safe. "Thank you so much, turtles, for saving me. I was so afraid," cried Ruby. "You're welcome," answered James. "Why were you in the river?" "We were trying to get home," answered Ava. "We came over to this side of the river this morning to find some clover, and then it rained and the river got too deep for us to cross. I don't know how we're going to get back home. I'm sure our mothers are worried sick," said Ruby. "Well, did you get some clover?" asked Danny. "Well, we found a tiny patch, but we're still hungry. But more importantly, we need to get back over the river," answered Ruby. "Well, if you follow us, we can take care of both problems," Lena replied. So the turtles started back the way they came, followed by Ruby and Ava rabbits. James floated down the river on his back instead of swimming, because he's such a fast swimmer, he didn't want to beat them again. Back at the turtle village, the turtle showed Ava and Ruby their patch of clover. "Oh, this is so delicious," said Ruby, and Ava agreed by patting her little rabbit belly. Once everyone had their fill of clover, the turtles had to come up with a way to get them back to the other side of the river so they could get back home to their mothers. "Okay, turtles, here's the plan. I will go first," said James, the oldest turtle. "And what we're going to do is make a turtle bridge so that Ava and Ruby rabbits can cross safely." James started across the river to the other side. He's followed by Lena and Nora and Danny and Allison, and the 5 huge turtle shells stuck up over the water, making a perfect bridge for the rabbits. Ruby and Ava hopped along the turtle bridge until they were standing on the riverbank the other side. "Thank you, turtles," said Ruby. "It was very nice meeting you." "You're welcome," replied the turtles as they swam back to their side of the river, and both the turtles and the rabbits waved goodbye to each other from other sides of the river. "Well, that was fun. We should probably be heading home ourselves," said Nora. "I'll bet Mommy has dinner almost ready." "Yeah, the clover was good, but Mommy's cooking's much better," Allison told them. That night at the dinner table, the children told their parents all about their day in saving Ruby and Ava rabbits. They told them how they pulled Ruby from the river and how they made a bridge so the rabbits could cross safely. "Well now," said their mother, "that sounds like a very exciting day. My goodness, I wonder what you'll be tomorrow." Well, I hope you enjoyed the story. I enjoyed reading it to you. Please follow me, share my stories. I want all children to hear them. It makes me excited to tell the stories and write the stories for you. You can follow me on YouTube and Reddit, and you can follow me on Instagram as well. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for coming back.